Hey, everybody. Welcome back to another video. That's right. It's the T on MPD and relationships. Hello, everyone. To all of my new subscribers and my new family members. Hello. Hi. Welcome. And to my tribe and family at large. Welcome back. Thank you all so much for coming back and watching another video. Fam, you know I love to always mention our Thursday night live stream. This is where we go from healing to wholeness to boldness. You don't want to miss that Thursday night live stream. This is where we have the deep conversations with the soul, about the soul. Come on. Y'all know that the soul has to be healed, okay? We have to heal the soul. That is necessary. It's necessary for us to do that. So I'd love to see you there. Listen, I'd love to personally invite you, okay, to our Thursday night live stream, 5:30 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. If you are on the YouTube and Facebook platforms, please turn your notification bells on so you know when we go live and also when we drop a video on the channel. All right. Y'all know I'm about to ask y'all to do what? Hit that like button, hit that like button, hit that like button. I need y'all to hit that like button. All right. 1 time, 2 times, every time for your girl. Okay. Hit that like button, family. It is so necessary for y'all to hit that like button. This is how the information spreads throughout the algorithm. Okay. So hit that like button for me, please. The goal of the day is 2.1K plus on the likes if you rocks with your girl. Hit that like button for me. Okay. All right. And for those of you that are in need of coaching, please see the email pinned in the description below. I am accepting new life coaching clients at this time. All right. Last but certainly not least. Certainly not least. All right. Listen, y'all, I want y'all to pick up your copy, your own personal copy of the book, my first book collaborative effort. The description is pinned in the link is pinned in the description of this video. The book is called Seduced by Satan. It's pinned in the description below. Pick up your copy today. You'll thank me later. Okay. This is a showstopper. It's a jaw dropper. It's a page turner based on a true story too, y'all. Yeah, this one is based on a true story. This is not a fictional book. This is based on a true story. So I want you to go ahead and pick up your copy today. All right, y'all. Let's jump into the topic of this video. I want to get into it. Y'all ready? Y'all ready? Let's go. Let's get it. Let's go. Let's get it. Y'all, what happens, okay, when the narcissist discards the new supply? But you remain no contact. And they want to come back. Yeah. It happens. Yeah. Yeah. It happens. It happens. So, what prompted this video? Somebody got the shock of their life this week. The narcissist and this particular new supply had been together for, I think it was about almost a year. And the narcissist wanted to make sure that this individual got the message that the new supply was no longer around, and they wanted to come back. But guess what? My client, just as wonderful as she is, she decided that, I'm going to stay no contact. Y'all, I live for these days. I do. I really do. Because you know what? Sometimes it takes so much for you all to actually get away from them, that when you actually get away from them and you decide that you're never going back, and then you find out something crazy like that happens, and you get word on the street is that the narcissist wants to come back. What happens right there? What happens when the narcissist discards the new supply? They want to come back, but you remain no contact. Let's talk about it. So listen, y'all. This particular story was well, first of all, the narcissist wasn't a necessarily. They did all of the the little narky poo things. So they did do that. But the narcissist wasn't necessarily in this situation horrible to this individual because she was actually able to kind of pull out before it got too bad. Okay. But that wasn't the point. But all of the stuff still happened, like the different stages and, the love bomb, the devalue, discard, all of those different things. So all of that did happen. Okay, it did. But she was able to get out kind of scathed, but not as bad as a person would have if they would have stayed a little longer. So when you look at when you're dealing with a situation like this, first of all, when the narcissist discards the new supply, it's usually, now in this situation, she is not actually, or this person is not in the on the dating scene or doing anything like that. And I'm sure the narcissist has probably been watching that, because they do watch you. They still get on your social media trying to see what's going on. So, yeah, I mean, that's basically, what do? What happens? Okay, when they discard the new supply and they want to come back, but you remain no contact. Well, the first thing the narcissist is going to do once they discard the new supply, they're going to try to do a heat check on you first anyway. Okay, that's a lot of times what's going to happen. You're going to get a little feeler that comes out. If they can't get in touch with you directly, usually what they will do is they will try to get one of the flying monkeys, or someone that is connected to you, to try to see if you're dating someone. Do you have somebody else? Is it going to be some type of competition that they're going to be up against, whenever they try to come back? Okay, because the narcissists don't want competition. They want to be able to just come back and be able to move right on back in and do the same thing that they've been doing. Okay, so if you are dating someone else, then that's going to pose a little bit of a problem for the narcissist. So a lot of times they're going to heat check. They're going to figure out, try to figure out what's going on. Now, they're not expecting you, because now the person that they're going to do this with is going to definitely be a person that was primary supply. So that will probably be you. Okay, primary supply. They are definitely going to try to make sure that there's no one else in the picture. Okay, try to make sure that they have a straight way in, that they can get in contact with you. A lot of times they're probably blocked, but a lot of times too, if it's been an extended period of no contact, sometimes people unblock them because they hadn't heard from them for a while. Okay, so that heat check is going to come first. That's what you're going to get. Okay, now once they before they really discard that new supply, they're going to heat check you first, try to see if it's warm right there. Then they're going to go back. They're going to probably continue that devaluation process. This is what they're going to do. Continue the devaluation process with the new supply. Okay. They want to make sure that they can actually get that new supply in a space where the new supply is not going to get the closure that they may desire. Okay, because that's real important to a narcissist. In order to discard the supply, a lot of times the narcissist want to make sure that supply doesn't necessarily have that closure, because if they don't have the closure, then that right there is another reason for them to be able to go back to that supply and be like, hey, it was a mistake, let's try to put things together, unless they get a smart one that will give themselves closure. Okay, but they'll continue the devaluation with that new supply, then it's going to come to the point where they're just like, okay, now they're going to try to go ahead and look for the discard. Now, a lot of times what happens though, when these narcissists are going through the devaluation stage with the new supply, whether they feel like you are available or not, they're always going to have another supply. Okay, somebody that is on the side, and usually what it is usually that forever supply. Okay, the forever supply, they'll go and kind of monkey branch between them and the new supply, but they really want to come back to you. But you've been no contact. You've said, no, I'm not, I'm good. I'm good over here. I don't want anything else to do with them. Like, I'm good. Like, this is a done data for me. Okay, so the narcissist, they know also that they didn't give you closure either. Okay, you might have reached out to them. Hey, let's talk. Can we get a conversation going? Because I'd really like to know, what happened in this situation. Okay, so they didn't give you closure. So that is one of the biggest reasons why they think that they can go ahead and discard that new supply and come on back. Because remember, if they didn't give you closure, they're not thinking, it is the last thing on their mind to think that you have now moved on and given yourself closure, and it's been a year. You've given yourself closure and you're not waiting for them to come back to say anything. That is the last thing on a narcissist's mind. They are not thinking that. Trust me, they're not. They're not thinking that. And so what happens is when you just over there healing, you basically have remained no contact. You haven't reached out to the narcissist. You haven't reached out and said anything. Now, that because of the sense of entitlement that they have, they're going to latch on to that forever supply while they try to pull you back. Okay? They're going to try to latch on to another supply, which is usually that forever supply, while they try to pull you back. Now, they're not thinking, because you have been no contact, you've been over there healing, you've been over there, because they don't see you with anybody else. Okay? They haven't seen you put pictures up of anybody else. They haven't seen you out, like you out there trying to, get it in with somebody else. They haven't seen any of that. But boy, when they try to come back this time, y'all, this is a doozy right here. This is a doozy. But they sitting there thinking that you waiting for that phone call. You waiting for them to come back over there. Okay, you're waiting for that closure conversation, and you're waiting for them to say, listen, I know I messed up. They're waiting. They're thinking that they can come back over there and tell you, oh, listen, I know I messed up. I know that we did this and that, but this was your fault and that was your fault and this and that and the third. Okay, this, that, and the third. Okay. They thinking that that's how the conversation is going to go down. Remember now, they haven't talked to you in about a year. They don't have any clue that you done leveled up and leveled out of that whole sphere that the narcissist was in. Yeah. So here they go. They try to go ahead and reach out. They went on ahead and discarded that new supply because they monkey branching with the forever supply. They trying to get back to you though. And they go ahead and try to reach out for that closure conversation / let's get back together. Let's get together. Not stay together, get together. Get back together. Baby, when they make that phone call, some of y'all picked up the phone and hung it up and blocked them right after you did it. But some of y'all so bad, y'all so cold with it. Y'all left them on red and left them blocked. That clown called back for that closure conversation, baby, and what they got was a door slammed right in their face. Do y'all know what that does to the narcissist when that happens? Y'all, this giant size ego that is the size of 3 oceans and 10 worlds literally shrunk to the size of probably half of this right here. Half of this right here. That right there. Because there is no better way to take that ego and just bring it down to size than when you reject the mess out of them. That's the best revenge you can ever get on a narcissist. I'm telling you. I'm telling you what it is. You leave them spinning. And the fact that you are remaining no contact, they don't even understand it. They're like, but you ain't even with nobody. How you doing this? And I ain't even seen you with nobody. Then they start going and asking your friends, man, I thought you said I ain't even seen nothing. Because you know they got fake profiles that they tried to hit you with before they broke up with you. You know they got other folks watching your profile on social media. Yeah. But y'all, I'm going to tell y'all, don't nothing. I struggle to understand what hurts a narcissist worse than this. Is when they discard that new supply and they want to come back, but you remain no contact. Yeah. That's a tremendous, devastating blow to that ego. You know, it is what it is. If you had the opportunity to do this, high five, high five, high five. You know, I'm not laughing at somebody else's hurt and pain. But hey, they laugh at ours. It is what it is, ain't it? Kind of sucks to be them. It is what it is. All right, family. But that's how it goes down. When you basically decide that you're never going back. They can't come back after that no contact. It's over. Done data. Yep. All right, family. So I'll see y'all on the next video. I hope this helps. And I will see you all healed and whole at the top. I love you, family. Shalom. Peace.